So here's the thing with Sterling. You know, I'll tell you my personal experience. So when you sit down with Aljamain one-on-one and, you know, you're whatever, he's a great guy. He's a great kid, very likable, everything else. Decisions he makes in public and things that he says in public do not make him the most popular guy on the roster. And it's the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's self-sabotage or what it is. You know, it's just, he always seems to say the wrong things, you know, in times when if he said even remotely close to the right things, people would love him. You know what I mean? I always say about the kid, kid's a good-looking kid. He's got a great physique. You know, you know, when you sit down with him one-on-one, he's a good kid, but in public, he can't help himself.
Would you have some advice for him, or?
No. I mean, listen, he's done pretty well without my advice. I mean, look at what the kid's accomplished. He's made a lot of money, and you know, and you know how I feel about the whole me and Marab are friends, you know, bullshit. But you know, dude, I don't dislike Aljo. You know what I mean? Like I said, one-on-one, he's a good dude.
Champion Israel Adesanya puts his belt on the line this Saturday when he goes up against Sean Strickland in the main event of UFC 293. And you can watch this exciting fight live by ordering UFC 293 pay-per-view, which will be available on ESPN+. So do not wait. Click the link in the description and sign up for ESPN+ and order UFC 293 pay-per-view today.
Drickus doesn't know how to play the game. Look, you can't sit on your fucking, is it ranking or whatever, and think you got it locked in. This is the UFC. If you look back at the history of the UFC, shit happens, you know. So he thought he was sitting pretty, but he might have to fight 2 more times before I get a shot at this. But he doesn't call the shots. I do. I need you to understand that I call the shots. You don't call the shot, dickless. You need to understand this. You can sit pretty wherever you want. But if I decide to, I might give it to whoever wins between Costa and Khamzat, not you.
Another waist. Arm down. Actually, just narrow up your stance.
Obviously, we initially thought this would be the Drickus Duplessis fight. Drickus couldn't take the fight. Do you look at him as still the #1 contender, like winner, or, you know, whoever comes out of this weekend, that Drickus would be next?
You know how much I love when guys turn down fights. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Saturday, and then we'll go from there.
Moment of reflecting. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this, but like every time I fight, even when I walk out, it's a historical moment in time. I think I just let that hit. Every time. Every fucking time. Every fucking time.
Aile bola çalar. U mashina taylabman, bunda ketyapman hammasi. Ha, chopib ketyapti orqasidan. Hayli egasi chopyapti. Voy bilan.
Turn left onto North Franklin Street. Street South ramp to Independence Hall.
Mana? Otto.
Head north on North 7th Street toward North Franklin Street. Head east on Race Street. Keep right to stay on Race Street. In a quarter mile, turn left onto North 3rd Street.
Doktor videonu göstereyim mi?
Ready? Is that a full send? Okay, the real boss said full send now. All right, so we got the winner of Fabricio Verdun versus Junior Dos Santos will be facing the winner of our main event, October 28th, Roy Nelson versus Alan Belcher. The winner of that will face the winner of this sometime in January, hopeful. Hard Rock Stadium, Hard Rock Casino. We'll keep these guys busy just as we promised them. So, yeah, it's fucking huge news. You know, we're excited. You know, it's in Biloxi, Mississippi. Let me get the name of the arena, not mess this one up. At the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Got it on the first try.
And now our main event. Let's hold that, guys. All right, guys, turn for the cameras. Right here first, please. Camera in the back, guys.
Boa, Cigano. Vamos lá. Trabalhar, Cigano.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. All right, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
I wanted a good cut man to tape my hands because normally Trevor tapes my hands. And so I asked the UFC to request tape to come there so I feel comfortable with my hands being taped. And Tate was like, yeah, let them know because that's they've done that before, and so you can request to have a specific cut man. Well, they denied me, or I should say, I don't know exactly what all went into me not ended up being able to get him out there. And in hindsight, I should have probably had him maybe as like my third corner or something like that, just to ensure that I was gonna have good tape job, right? If it was really that important. But in hindsight, it was that important because the guy they gave me was super weird, super creepy, and like there was a bunch of stuff that went into it. But yeah, he just kept like staring at me and kept like tapping me on the shoulder, like putting his arm on my shoulder and be like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "What?" Like of course I'm okay. I'm here for a fight. Like, what are you talking about? And then he would just like stare at me, and I'm like, "Yeah." And then he'd be like, and just creepily smile at me. I'm like, "What is going on? What is up with this dude?" And then like, and then he did some shit where I've never seen before in all my years of fighting. I've had so many fights. He pulls out this gauze, right? So he tapes, he puts the gauze, then he puts the tape on, and I would think it's finished, right? No. So he pulls out this roll of like self-adhesive gauze, and he's like, he kisses it. He kisses it and goes, "This is the special magic rose gauze." And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is creepy, man. What are you doing? And and then he just wraps the outside of the tape with this gauze, which I'm like, what's the point of that? He scrapes it with his scissors, which I've seen before, and then he taps it a bunch of times. Okay, cool. And then but he's just like taking extra long. So anyway, so like, all right, keep it moving, man. Do my other hand. And so that was weird.
Nào không vào Nam lên, anh xin em cứ chọn lời. Nào không người khen chê, ta cứ nhau giữ trọn tình quê.
for
Good
having
morning.
me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Why? What shows that I'm gay?
You're having a girlfriend.
Yes.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean? Doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
Gay.